What's up, YouTube? I want to come to you today. We got another tragic thing going on in Nova Scotia with two small, innocent little children missing somehow. I'm going to read some from this article I got pulled up. These two kids here, Jack and Lilly Sullivan, were reported missing Friday by stepdad, mom. Said they slipped out the back door. And they got a fenced-in backyard too, but said they slipped out the back door and they hadn't seen them since. Nearly a week after two siblings disappeared in Nova Scotia's Pictou County, police and the public are still searching the rural area for any signs of the pair. Around 150 people have been searching daily for Lilly and Jack Sullivan, aged 6 and 4, since they were first reported missing last Friday. The RCMP, Royal Canadian Mounted Police, who maintain there's no evidence the children were abducted, and the two wandered away from their home in Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia, have deployed helicopters, drones, and investigative teams in the search with no success so far. We're not packing up and we're not giving up, Staff Sergeant Curtis McKinnon told reporters at an afternoon briefing. Here's everything we know about what may have happened to Lilly and Jack and the efforts to find them. When did they go missing? They were reported missing around 10 a.m. on May the 2nd and were last seen at their home on Gairloch Road in Lansdowne Station, a rural community about 30 kilometers southwest of New Glasgow. Here's a little map. Stepfather Daniel Martel told Global News that Lilly and Jack were at the home that morning with him, his partner, and their baby. He said when he noticed they were missing, he began looking for them outside, but he couldn't find them. And this is just, some of this stuff is a lot of red flags up. They hate being wet and cold, so they immediately would have come back to the house. The only two footprints are right beside the house, facing the road, and that's it, he says. Martel told the Canadian press that the pair probably slipped out the back door. They went out the back sliding door and it's virtually silent when you open it, he said, adding that both children were home from school because Lilly had a cough. The RCMP described Lilly Sullivan's having shoulder-length light brown hair with bangs, and they said she might be wearing a pink sweater, pink pants, and pink boots. Martel told Global News she was also carrying a white backpack with strawberries on it, which is odd to me too. Jack Sullivan has short blonde hair wearing blue dinosaur boots. Martel said he had not seen Jack on Friday morning, but believed he was wearing a brown shirt, pants, and a pull-up underneath it. Okay. Hadn't seen him at all on Friday morning. I don't know if the mother said she had seen him on Friday morning, but this kid's in diapers, a pull-up. So it seems like he would need to be checked every hour or so at least. It doesn't make sense, that part of it. Martel is calling for the search area to be extended to include provincial borders and airports in case the children were abducted. And I heard they're really pushing the abduction theory. But I mean, it doesn't look good at all. Have no idea why anyone would want to take them, but they're easy to take, he told Canadian Press. If they would have wandered to the road, they would get in any car as long as you offered them food or water, or even candy or anything like that. Or even to see mom and dad, they would immediately get in. If you offered them food and water, that would get them in the car. Does that mean they're starving? Did they not eat breakfast or eat Friday morning? I mean, what's going on here? And let me add, this kid, I know one was in the school at least, and they said she had been home with a cough on Friday, but the school reported that she hadn't been to school all week. I'm pretty sure. However, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police have said there's still no evidence that Lilly and Jack were taken by anyone. That's why police have not issued an Amber Alert, which typically push the cell phone and other devices to warn the public about an abducted child, like Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, correct? Okay. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police has issued 2 public alerts since the children were reported missing. A vulnerable missing person alert was sent to Pictou County residents on May the 2nd. And a broadcast intrusive alert was issued May the 3rd to antagonize Colchester and Pictou counties. Investigators said Wednesday that Nova Scotia's RCMP's Major Crimes Unit and other units have been involved in the case from the beginning, but have yet to find any evidence of an abduction. If we have any information that led that way, then we felt that we could provide anything to the public, we would have already done it, said Staff Sergeant Robert McCammon, who leads Major Crimes Unit. These Canadians got some names now. I mean, I'm not knocking it, but it's hard to pronounce. Okay, they've had 140, 160 people on the ground. The gist of it is they have blanketed the area for these kids. This is a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old kid. And I'm sure there are bears, stuff like that in Nova Scotia that could be a possibility, but you should be finding parts of their clothing, their boots, something left behind from an animal attack. And it seems like there's no sign of this children at all. And there's someone living on their property that hasn't been mentioned. It's his brother, I think, and his mom. And it's just strange to me that he says he's not seen that kid at all Friday morning, and they reported missing at, dinner or whatever, and this kid's in diapers. Well, I mean, something's really up here. She's left this guy, and she's living somewhere else away from him now. She blames him for them being gone. They said it's just a lot of red flags coming up. But my understanding is both of them have offered to take polygraphs and drug tests, and I read somewhere they found paraphernalia in the house. So, I mean, it just doesn't look good. The backyard's fenced in when you look at it. I mean, the kid's not been in school for a week. That's a problem. I mean, the school says that. They say Friday. He didn't see the kid. There's something strange going on. Either way, these two kids need our prayers. Let's pray for these two children. Pray that a miracle happens and they be found alive. But let's at least hope and pray that they're found to bring closure to any family and community around there, give them peace of mind about what's going on in their yard and everything. All right, guys, I just want to drop in here real quick, bring some awareness to this situation. I'm a long way away from it. Not going to see me in Nova Scotia on the ground. I wish I could. These kids don't deserve to be missing. They deserve to be where they're happy and where they're being taken care of, so they can grow up and be productive adults and not have to live a miserable life. I mean, I'm not knocking these people. I'm just not going to knock them right now because I don't know. But it looked like the kids may have had a rough time. Seen a birthday party video where everybody's singing to these kids except for the stepfather. It's just troubling to me to see how upset he is crying, and that his wife is gone away from him or his partner's gone away from him during this. And it lets me know somebody knows something that they're not saying yet. And I really hope it's nothing bad. You would think they had another kid in the house too. And I would think that if they're going to off one kid, then they would off all three. But who knows what's going on? It could be a complete stranger abduction scenario. It could be an animal attack. But I mean, I just don't believe that. I don't believe this girl would have packed her backpack up and took it with her. She's 6 years old. Come on. Where's she going to... She's sick already. She's home from school because she's sick. She's not going to be out with her backpack tromping through the woods. These kids would... You wouldn't think they would get... They've probably been taught their whole life not to get out of the yard or anything. You would think. I mean, this is really upsetting to me. It's a very, very shitty deal is what it is. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, share the video if you want. Just bring awareness and pray for these two kids' safe return home.